Working together in Chicago parks, fostering partnerships and alliances. Welcome to Chicago at Play.
Plants can take the sun and take water and take air, and they turn it into more plants.
We have a chocolate tree.
We have kumquats, a lot of different citrus, limes, grapefruits.
We have vanilla orchids, ginger plants, banana trees.
We have coffee here in this room.
We have cinnamon.
There's macadamia nuts.
We have a papaya, we have a chewing gum tree, we have coconuts.
Sweet Saturdays is a fun-filled event happening on 2 consecutive Saturdays in February, focusing on the natural origins of some surprisingly sweet treats.
Our Sweet Saturdays events in February really highlight all the tropical treats we have growing here at the Garfield Park Conservatory.
The Sugar from the Sun exhibit at Garfield Park Conservatory shows really well how a lot of the plants, a lot of the foods that we like to eat, particularly the sweets, are from plants, whether it's bark or seeds, fruit.
We're really excited about this exhibit. It showcases some of the sweetest plants that grow in the conservatory. In the Sugar from the Sun room, we're talking about how sunlight and air and water actually make sugar from the sun. They make plants grow. The Sugar from the Sun room is a great kind of focus point of our Sweet Saturdays that happen in February.
A lot of the things that we consume, you just kind of take them for granted, but they wouldn't be here without plants. Plants, with the air that they take in and the sun and water, end up making sugars. One of the sugars that they come up with is cocoa, and a lot of people love chocolate. It's actually a really pretty involved process to come up with the end result of cocoa, but we have cocoa trees here, and that's where we get our beloved chocolate from.
Do you want to smell a little?
Smell like I can eat it. I smell the chocolate.
When a family or a group of visitors come through the conservatory on a Sweet Saturday, they can pretty much experience the conservatory at their own pace. They can wander around, and there will be fact and flavor stations all over the conservatory. These stations will be kind of highlighted areas where you'll learn a little bit about a special tropical treat plant we have here, and then you'll also get to taste a flavor of that treat. So you might learn a little bit about the cinnamon tree and the fact that when you're eating cinnamon, you're eating bark.
What does that smell like? Does that smell a little bit like cinnamon to you?
Yeah.
You know, that is actually the fresh branch of a cinnamon tree.
They actually strip off the bark occasionally, like every few years, and that's the cinnamon that we eat.
And then you'll also get to taste the flavor of that tree by eating a red hot. So there'll be a number of those exciting tropical treat stations around the conservatory that will offer both a fact and a flavor.
After satisfying your curiosity and sweet tooth at the fact and flavor stations, take part in fun, hands-on activities everyone can enjoy.
Drop in, make a valentine, make a leaf rubbing, design a special chocolate sachet bag using muslin sacks and the shells of cocoa beans. Make a special cinnamon scented necklace. These are activities that are really fun and appropriate for kids, but also really, really interesting to adults as well.
Does anybody know what kind of plant this leaf is from?
At the Garfield Park Conservatory, we're really excited to give people the opportunity to see the actual origins of where their food is growing. We are really wanting to trace back the origins of this banana to the actual plant on the tree. When you see a banana growing on a tree and you're tasting a banana at the same time, it sort of really reinforces that our food is actually living at first, and then we get to consume it.
Look up. You guys see those?
I know
what are those? Someone said it. Bananas? Yeah.
You can see here the flowers, which are really small and insignificant, but then you get these huge hands of bananas.
It's a great feeling to know how connected we are to the natural world and how much we rely on it.
Sweet Saturdays can be enjoyed at the Garfield Park Conservatory during 2 consecutive Saturdays in February, February 6th and 13th, from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. There's a suggested donation of $3 for admission. For more information, call 773-638-1766.
We really would love you to come get away without having to really go away on one of our Sweet Saturdays in February.
I think it's important that people see that all the things that we eat come from the earth and from the trees. A lot of times people don't really appreciate that. All it takes is coming out here and you can see a lot of these things, and I think it brings home to a lot of the younger folks particularly that it's important that we take care of things so that we can continue to enjoy these things, particularly the sweets.
It's drying out.